My name is Frederick Lee Barnes. I'm 23 years old from Washington, D.C. Growing up pretty much knowing that I was gay, life was hard. Like, navigating the social ins and outs of the world was, to put a long story short, a struggle. Like, it all started with a computer in the living room. Because you know, when a boy reaches a certain age and he likes to look at certain things on the computer, and I wasn't the most computer literate, so I left the search history a little, discoverable, and things kind of went to the left from there. So yeah, parents found it, and then that opened up the conversation. Freddie, are you gay? I don't know, baby, you tell me. So so basically that really opened up a conversation on how people really view like gay people, because my father, first and foremost, from Saluda, South Carolina, baby, was not for it, point blank, period. And as soon as I said yes, I am gay, I'm talking hands was being thrown. And my mother wasn't really too much for it either, because she was one of those women who liked to quote unquote walk in Christ, who liked to throw stones in a glass house, basically, as one would say. And it was like, my parents would get mad every time they pretty much saw me, every time they really thought about it. And it was like, yeah. And then they would always say, Freddie, we doing this for your greater good because we love you. We don't want you to go to hell. But it's like, do you really love me? Like, baby, you're hurting me. This hurts. To be told you're going to hell from somebody who's supposed to be there and love and take care of you, it hurts. Like, to this day, like, my feelings, I'm still not over it. Navigating the world being a young gay boy was basically me walking on eggshells, tiptoeing on nails and broken glass pretty much every second of every day, 25/8. And I didn't feel safe in my own home, like, because at any moment my parents could just like fly off the handle and say, oh, you want to be a faggot, as I like to say, and then I get a whooping like soon after, and it's like, so what do I do? And like, now being an older gay man, I feel good about myself. I can be me. I can wear my skin proudly, and it really built up a nice, tough, thick skin, and things don't really bother me as they once did. Like, I can wear who I am proudly. I can wear anything that I want to, how I want to, present myself how I need to be, because, hey, I don't feel the need to perform masculinity for anybody now. So it's like, that's really all this is, learning how to perform things to the best of your ability on who society says that you should be based on how you physically present yourself. But anyway, yeah, so basically I can be as feminine as I want to, as masculine as I want to. I can do anything. Like, being on my own, having my own, coming into my own feels great.
Hi, my name is Daryl Thompson Norton. I am 61 years old and I am an out and proud gay man. Let's see, my goodness. I grew up in a very small town in Northwest Florida. There was probably less than 25,000 people in this town. And I didn't really know, well, let me back up just a little bit. I remember in kindergarten, I had my first crush. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I had a crush on a little boy that was in the kindergarten with me. Nothing ever, nothing. It was too young, didn't know what the hell it was, but I knew later on that's what I was feeling. It wasn't until I was about 15 that I started to realize that I was very different from everybody else. And up until that point, I had never understood why people were always picking on me. And I got picked on a lot. In elementary school, in my gym class, actually it was just PE, we were outside playing kickball and stuff like that, but for some reason my coach tagged me with the name Penelope. Now, there was a character on cartoons on Saturday morning named Penelope Pitstop, and I think that's where he got it from, but he started calling me that, and it wasn't, I guess maybe a year later, a teacher pulled me aside and said, you should tell that coach not to call you that anymore. I didn't understand what she was talking about, but I went to the coach when he called me that one time, and I went to him and said, look, don't call me that anymore. My name's Daryl.
issues regarding our LGBTQ community. Those students are new to coming to see us because we've just started really getting into the swing of things, of having resources and space available for them. So they have picked up with coming to meet with us in reference to their issues. For those students who visit and they're struggling with self-identity, self-esteem, we can advise them to visit our counseling office, which we do have professionals in that area who deals with specifically our LGBTQ community. I also give them information regarding resources out in the city, because there's a huge population and resources out in the Savannah community for the students.
Hello, my name is Don Brown. So talking about my experience growing up and dealing with being gay and how I dealt with it with my family and society, honestly, I didn't deal with it. It's something that I always put to the back of my mind, but something that I always knew. It was always a question from like family members or even people at school, but it's never something that I actually cared about to really act on. So growing up in school, I did a lot of extracurricular, like drama club, NROTC, track, cross country, different organizations, and I always just kept myself like really involved in school. I feel like that helped me stay away from, you know, the negativity of people asking me or it just becoming a problem. I never had like many encounters with like the same sex, so it was kind of easy for me. I was kind of like the only one. It wasn't any other gay people at my high school, and if they were just like me. So it was just weird growing up, but you know, I always knew. I think I've known since like 1st or 2nd grade that I'm into the same sex. And it's just something that I have slowly but surely had to come to terms with. And now I can just honestly say, like, coming to college and really getting the college experience and meeting people and being around other people just like me is what has made me blossom into the person I am today.
Get to know those in the LGBTQ community and stop looking at them as outsiders. People should get to know them as individuals and not look at them how society portrays them, because then they're just ignorant to the fact of what they've been through and their stories. I feel that's a golden rule for everybody. Just get to know people as individuals before you judge them on their experiences or their past or their situations. So that's how people can be allies, by
are not a part of the LGBTQ community should be more understanding to those people. And I feel like if they don't judge people and be, I guess, homophobic, that the people that are in that community will be more comfortable with themselves and more outgoing, and there probably won't be that many DL people or people that's scared to come out. And that goes for family-wise too, because some people feel like their family don't like it and talk down on it, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like as a whole, people just need to be more understanding and not judge people, but like judge them for like their personality, not their sexual orientation.